So I'm back in my room and I brought everything up to my classroom. So I have quite a few things that I need to set up and get organized, and then everything that's in my cabinet I need to set up too. But I just found out today that I'm not switching classrooms. So I have to organize everything back in my old classroom and try and see what I can do with it. I was really excited about getting the other classroom because it's the biggest classroom, and doing ASB I would need all that room for like filming our announcements and putting together posters and everything, and I just gonna have to make it work. So I'm keeping my classroom, which is unfortunate, but I'm gonna try my best and just see what I can do with it. I'm trying to think of what I want to do with this whole area. So if you don't know where I am, I'm in my little cubicle area. If you haven't seen my setup videos from last year, I'm gonna link those right here so you can watch those, get an idea of what my classroom looks like. But I have one long desk right here, and then the student desks are over there. So my desk is here, but it's just a table. This table holds my printer and my papers, and then over here is my actual desk with my Chipotle on it, and then there's all my stuff back there. But I'm thinking I want to move my cabinet. So the thing about this classroom is there's so many bulletin boards. There's 4 bulletin boards, and they're longer than regular bulletin boards. And I have a cabinet that covers part of the bulletin board, and I hate that. I absolutely hate that. So I'm thinking of putting the cabinet over here behind me, and then just changing this table for my desk, and then finding a new spot for this table. So I'm gonna see how that's gonna work. But you can see over there, let me lift it up a little higher, my cabinet covers the bulletin board. And I hate that because I made my awesome borders so I wouldn't be able to use them all, because this part would get cut off, or it would be like the weirdest like cut in it if I did use the borders. So I'm gonna end up probably moving that behind my desk, which probably won't be too bad because all the stuff that's in there, like, I don't want kids to get their hands on. It's like extra materials and things like that, which I like to give to them. I don't like the free-for-all type of stuff, because then you get kids who will take like 16 boxes of colored pencils and just take them home, when I buy them myself, so I don't want you to just take them home. Like, there needs to be one per table, and then once the table like starts getting low, or they start getting old and ruined, then I'll switch out the box for a new box. So I don't like having a free-for-all. I like having it in my control. So that cabinet has a lock on it, which I love, and that's why I put it back there, just because I don't want to feel crowded over by my desk. But I'm thinking of getting rid of this whole cubicle idea, which sucks because I really love it, but I feel like I have to in order to find a good spot for that cabinet, because I don't know where else to put it. Like, I can't put it on any side of this room. Over there, I can't, because there's 2 bulletin boards, so if I put it there or there, it'll cover it. Even if I flip it sideways, it won't cover it, but it'll look really annoying. Like, I had that and I didn't really like it. So the only reason it's like that is because the sub moved it, or the summer school teacher moved it. And then these 2 are covering this side, and I would love it to be right there because there's this like wall here, which would be awesome because even when the doors are closed, it would just kind of like blend in with that wall. But I don't want it to cover the bulletin board again, which isn't the end of the world, but I'm just that person where if anything looks weird, like there's the top of the bulletin board that's exposed while the cabinet's covering it, it's gonna bother me. And can't put it up against this wall because there's a bulletin board there, whiteboard, bulletin board behind me, which means there's only this wall left. So I mean, I could put it in the corner again, but then that's less walking space, which is hard to show. Like, you probably think I'm crazy. It's hard to show, but it takes up a lot of room, like when you're walking around the desks. And I can't have it covering the windows because it's too close to their desks. I don't like it that close, and when I'm looking over, I don't want to just look at a wall for a cabinet. So it looks like it's just gonna end up over here, which is fine. It's under the clock. so I could make it look somewhat symmetrical, but it's gonna feel really boxy in here. So I feel like I'm gonna have to get rid of this table here, this desk. I'm gonna move this desk over here, back where it was last year, and then find a spot for that table, find a spot for that table, and then just put my desk here, which is small, and then have this on my desk, the Elmo on my desk. I'd have my laptop on my, like, my desk is gonna be so full of stuff, which is gonna be really frustrating, but that's what I have to work with. Like I said, all my stuff, I brought it in, so I just have to organize it and get it all set up. I brought in a lot of books, so I went shopping a lot this summer for books, and I bought about 40 new books, maybe a little more. And then I took all the ones from my library at home, like my house, my room library, and I brought them. So I'm going to have them in class. That way kids have more choices of like things they want to read. But I'm just curious, how do you guys deal with like students checking out books? What if they don't return them? Because I've had that happen twice. And there are 2 people that borrowed books, 3 people borrowed books, and 2 of them I didn't get them back from. And they left. They aren't even at the school anymore, so I can't get those books back. How do you deal with checking out books to students to make sure that they're responsible to give them back? Or like, if they lose them or damage them, what do you do like as a teacher? I know a lot of schools have it set up to where like they would check it out in the library, but what if it's your book and they want to borrow them? How do you handle that? If you know any way to handle that or how you handle that, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to know that, because I spend so much money on books so that they can have a lot of different things to read and things that they can relate to, and maybe not even high school level books. Like I'll buy junior high school level books because there's a lot of kids here who don't speak English. They absolutely hate reading, and I personally love like young adult literature and even junior high school stuff. I think it's so fun where, you know, like a kid's more likely to pick up a book called Chocolate Fever, where a kid has like polka dots all over himself, he has like the chicken pox but chocolate fever, than they are like 18th century anthology or something. You know, like they aren't gonna pick that up. They'd rather read Chocolate Fever. Granted, maybe they don't like to read in the first place, but it's something that, you know, it gives them options. It doesn't matter what grade level it is, as long as they're reading, they're reading. I would like them to pick up the tougher books, but as long as they're reading, like, I'm happy. So anyways, if you know how to handle checking out books and keeping them responsible for it, not just checking out books, but keeping them responsible if they lose it. So even if you have a system that scans it and it's like your own system, I know my friend John actually got one of those. A parent donated it to him in his classroom, so he's putting these stickers, these barcodes on all the books, and he's scanning them when he checks them out to students, and he'll scan them back in when he gets them. But my question is, how do you regulate like whether or not you get it back? Like, not just if you get it back, but what do you do when they don't give it back? When they lose it, do you charge them? How do you keep them on top of that? Like, how do you even get them to pay you for the book, like, because it lost it? Like, what if you get a kid that says, no, I'm not paying for it, or whatever? Like, what do you do? How do you do that? How do you handle that? Let me know in the comments below. I'm so curious. But anyways, I'm going to start figuring out this room. I'm gonna move the cabinet at least today and see what it looks like there, see how I like it, and then we're gonna get everything else figured out. I know I have so much stuff in that cabinet, so I'm a little scared, a little nervous to open it up and see all the stuff that I have to do, and then get all of my other stuff all organized. So it's all over there. Let me show you. So I have my rainbow bins and drawers, this chest, and then this is full of all my other things that I just brought in today. So I have lots of rolls of paper, more books. All these bags are books. My stool, books, cords, a table, a box of books, and just some random like things, storage. But this here is what I'm excited to show you. This is going to be like my classroom surprise, and I'm so excited for it. All right, so I'll start putting together my classroom. All right, I moved it and I already hate it because now it's covering my black bulletin board by my desk, and that bothers me. It's not covering it a lot, but it's covering it enough to bother me. I just hate these bulletin boards. Like, there's so many of them, you know? So, too many bulletin boards. I'll have to see about that. All right, so new plan. I'm moving the cabinet again, and I'm gonna put it in this corner little slot here. So it's gonna cover the screen one, which I figure, because I'm gonna have rainbow. But okay, just a thought though. I take off the paper for this one and this one. So they're just blank. And when they're blank, they're like tan-ish color. And those are just gonna be plain tan, or we'll figure something out. So it's gonna block one of the boards, which is gonna bother me. But I think since there's not gonna be paper on it, it won't bother me too much because it'll kind of blend in. And then on the other boards, those will just have all the rainbow colors. So we'll just like split up little pieces of paper, like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple on there. And we're just gonna see how that works because this cabinet is tough and I don't know where to put it. And I was asking teachers around about whether or not I could take down some of the bulletin boards, and I don't think so. It doesn't seem like that's gonna be a possibility. But yeah, I don't know. Even then, it's still kind of like, I don't know. I'm just gonna see how this works, see how it all goes. And if I don't like it, I'll just figure it out again. But in terms of desks, I am gonna be putting them in groups. I'm gonna try it out the way we did John's. So if you haven't seen John's classroom setup videos, I'm gonna link up for you part 1, which I think is right up here, or it might be on this side, but I'm pretty sure it's on this side. I'm gonna link up his video, and there's a series for his. So we put together his classroom before we did mine. There's not a lot of talking in it because I feel weird talking to a camera when other people are around. So I just like put music and stuff. So they're gonna be groups of 5. So there's 6 colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So I have about 30 kids, and I don't think I'm gonna get over 30 unless it's like a very small number, like 31 or 32. But who knows, like who knows? So I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I'm just gonna have to figure out where I'm putting desks, where I'm putting all the ASB stuff, what I'm even getting from the ASB room, and how this is all working. Fingers crossed I still get ASB because we still don't know. Like, everything's still up in the air. We don't have master schedules, and school starts like not tomorrow, but the Monday we come back. So there's always that possibility that I may not even get it. I'm gonna try and figure this out, and you can watch. So here we go. Okay, so last minute decision, I get to switch rooms again. So I already started moving almost all of my stuff. I just have a few more things that I need to move. So I'm going to the classroom and I'm so excited. I've been moving the teacher's stuff from the other classroom into this one. So there's lots of new stuff. I'll show you what it looks like. All my white books are gone. Those are in my other classroom now. Still my stuff over there, but this was from her classroom over here. Move the table, and her rainbow drawers are here. Switched out the cabinets, so this one is her cabinet. It has all her stuff in it. That's mine. This stays in the classroom, I think. This I might take to the other classroom, but I don't know. These are mine. I'm gonna move those, but all this stuff. Hey everyone, so I'm home now. I spent hours, like literally I spent hours at work moving furniture. So I was moving the big cabinets, the ones that are on wheels that have the 2 doors. I was moving the giant file cabinets. I was moving a lot of things. She had a lot of things in there that I had to move, and there were like bookshelves full of books that I was moving. There were like carts full of things, and basically I spent hours at work just moving furniture. So I was the only one there. Like, I was the only one there. It was like pretty late. Everyone else went home, and usually for teacher prep days, teachers only stay as long as they need to, which is usually around like 12:30. But I was there until like 6 o'clock just moving furniture. So it was me all by myself. I didn't get help from anyone, so I literally had to take all the things from my room and like literally push them through the hallway and turning out all these different ways in the hallways to get it to the other room, and same thing with the other room, all the way through the hallway to get it back to this room. So it was really tough. It was a lot of work, but I am super excited to continue putting together my new classroom. I'm so happy that I was able to get the bigger classroom, because I think it's just going to help me so much for leadership and just all of the things that we need to like do activities and just build school spirit. Like, it needs to be stored somewhere. So if I have a bigger classroom, it works so much better. So I'm really excited to plan out my classroom and actually start decorating it. I am not going to have very much time to decorate it because there was that whole mix-up, and I did have to move all that stuff, and I'm still moving things. There's still a lot of things that I do have to move. So unfortunately, that's just a reality that I have to live with. So chances are that I am going to have to continue decorating my classroom, even though I have students next week. So students come on Monday, which is only like a few days. It's crazy. But I am pretty excited for my room. I'm excited for class to start, and I'm just so excited. Stoked. Alright, well that's it for this vlog. This is my teacher prep day 2. We have one more teacher prep day, which is Friday, which is tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. That helps me so much, like more than you know. Hit the bell if you haven't already so that you can be notified every time I post a new video. I am trying my best to do these daily vlogs, but as you can see, I suck at remembering to do the outro, like basically saying bye while I'm in my classroom. So I forget to do them, and I'm like, whatever, I'll just do them when I'm at home. So it is what it is, whatever. But I'm trying to do the daily vlogs because I think they're super helpful for me. I personally love watching daily vlogs because I can see what teachers are going through every day and like get tips on how they handle things, and you know, things happen all the time. So I'm just really curious how other people get through their day teaching every single day. So I'm hoping that some of these videos will be helpful for you too. But again, thanks for watching. If you're interested in anything you see in the video, check out the down bar. I linked everything for you. I'm linking videos throughout this whole video, so you'll see them up here and over here. But I'm linking videos for you that I made that I also suggest. But yeah, so make sure you give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next vlog tomorrow. Bye!